Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some major news. President Donald Trump has said he is more than willing to launch strikes inside Mexico to go ahead and wipe out the cartels, to crush the bad guys threatening this country. And he said we might be doing a full-blown invasion of Venezuela, troops on the ground, smashing targets, not just airstrikes, not just cruise missiles. American troops rushing in to get rid of dictator Nicolás Maduro. Two massive developments we are watching unfold with our very eyes right now. So I'm going to break it all down, show you videos of exactly what he said. Plus, we have some ship movements that are very relevant. Before we get into it, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge boost to the channel. Please comment with your thoughts below. What do you think about potentially striking inside Mexico? Should we send troops into Venezuela? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that bell, all notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. I'm also filming this on November 18th. All information up to date as of November 18th. I like to get that out there. Now let's get into it. Early on in the Trump administration, Trump, and even I believe when he was running for president, never ruled out the possibility of launching strikes inside Mexico to target the drug cartels. One of the issues is that the Mexican government is very corrupt. It is a corrupt government that works hand in hand with the drug cartels. It is not really, I mean, it's an ally, it's an economic partner. I get all that. But they have let the cartels control large swaths of territory. They don't even have the ability to deal with the cartels. So Trump, when he returned to office, said, listen, if you don't fix this, I'll fix it for you, and I'll use the United States military to do it. So we beefed up the border. We deployed all these troops. There have been some reports Delta Force is already in Mexico hitting targets, although that has never been confirmed by the U.S. government. We started flying drone flights over Mexico, spy flights. We have blown up some boats, drug boats off the coast of Mexico in the Sinaloa area, which is, of course, run and controlled by the Sinaloa cartel. You know, the truth of the matter is this has to be done. We can't let the drug cartels get away with what they've done forever. Now, having said that, the Mexican government has been a little more cooperative than people think, although they've done it quietly. They're not broadcasting it to the world, but they have worked behind the scenes with the U.S. to try to get some of these scumbags. Apparently not happening at the rate President Trump wants, because in an Oval Office setting on November 17th, this is what he had to say when asked about bombing Mexico.
Troops or American personnel into Mexico to deal with the
cartels. Would I launch strikes in Mexico to stop drugs? It's okay with me. Whatever we have to do to stop drugs. Mexico is, look, I looked at Mexico City over the weekend. There's some big problems over there. If we had to, would we do there what we've done to the waterways? You know, there's almost no drugs coming in through our waterways anymore. Isn't it down like 85%?
It is, sir.
I don't know who the 15% would be.
Yep.
It wouldn't be you.
No, that's for sure.
No, I think it's been...
tons and tons of
You would say that's a big signal.
Absolutely.
We have almost no drugs coming into our country by the sea, by, you know, the waterways. And you know why, okay? I mean, it's pretty obvious. Would I do that on the land cars? I would absolutely. Look, every boat we knock out, we save 25,000 American lives. Not to mention the destruction of families. These families are decimated forever. The mother, the father, the children, they never recover really from it. You know, when you lose somebody, like the way they live, if you lose them, but the way they die is horrible. So when we knock out a boat and we save 25,000 lives, that's great. Now, do I feel the same way about the corridors that they use? We know every one of them. We have every one of those corridors under major surveillance. We have nobody coming in through our southern border. But we know exactly how they get their things here, how they get the drugs here, fentanyl, cocaine. Colombia has cocaine factories where they make cocaine. Would I knock out those factories? I would be proud to do it personally. I didn't say I'm doing it, but I would be proud to do it because we're going to save millions of lives by doing it.
Would you want to?
I've been speaking to Mexico. They know how I stand. We're losing
Mexico's.
Because we're going to
Right
save
here, he's going to ask me
millions
Mexico's
of lives
permission.
by doing it.
Would you only do it with Mexico's permission, though?
I wouldn't answer that question. I've been speaking to Mexico. They know how I stand. We're losing hundreds of thousands of people to drugs. So now we've stopped the waterways, but we know every route. We know every route. We know the addresses of every drug lord. We know their address. We know their front door. We know everything about every one of them. They're killing our people. That's like a war. Would I do it? I'd be proud to. I'd probably go into Congress and say, hey, and you know what? The Democrats and the Republicans would both agree.
So right there, President Donald Trump says in no uncertain terms, he is more than willing to bomb Mexico, launching airstrikes. Let's go ahead and watch that part real quick again.
American troops or
Right here.
American personnel into Mexico to deal with the
Would I
cartels.
launch strikes in Mexico to stop drugs? It's okay with me.
It's okay with me. The president of the United States saying he is more than willing to launch strikes inside Mexico against the cartels to smash drug cartel targets, to smash drug cartel areas, warehouses, weapon supplies, logistics, money, where the drugs are kept, whatever it might be. He is more than willing to bomb them. Bomb, 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 bomb. And that, quite frankly, should come as a surprise to absolutely nobody. Because at the end of the day, these scumbag criminals have threatened our people, threatened our way of life, killed our people, and they continue to do so. So, you know what? The honest truth is, at some point, you got to deal with them. And that's not all he said. He was also asked about Venezuela. And he was asked clearly about Venezuela and what we are going to do. And if troops will be going. So let's go ahead right here and watch that now.
I don't want to hear that. Okay.
You suggested you've made a decision about what you want to do next up Venezuela. I understand you don't want to tip your hand, but is there anything you're ready to rule out at this point? Are you ruling out U.S. troops on the ground?
No, I don't rule out that. I don't rule out anything. We just have to take care of Venezuela.
So right there, President Donald Trump says he will not rule out boots on the ground in Venezuela. He will not rule out steamrolling the Venezuelan regime, the regime of dictator Nicolás Maduro. He is more than open to going in and smacking the Maduro regime, smacking the bad guys, making sure Maduro is overthrown. You know, that's a huge thing because I think a lot of people have thought we'll just use airstrikes because of how weak we believe their military is. But now he's saying we might go in, boots on the ground, Army Rangers, Navy SEALs, Marines, maybe Army infantry, the airborne, and just start stacking up targets and knocking them down.
Hundreds of thousands of people into our country from prisons. Nobody knows better than this young lady right here. She's done an incredible job with Tom Homan and all of your people. It's amazing. You know, we have a tight border right now. Nobody comes in. But we had millions of people pouring through. A year ago, we had millions of people pouring through our border. And many of them came from Venezuela, including Tren de Aragua, the gang. And I guess what I'm hearing, Christy, is that's as bad a gang as there is anywhere
It's the
in the
worst.
world.
Absolutely,
Is that actually?
absolutely, they are the worst.
I mean, they're worse than MS-13.
They're killers. They massacre people. They cut them up into pieces and they bury them in their communities where they grew up. They're horrible people.
Now, we had a lot of them.
And Tren de Aragua, the Venezuelan gang that is very close with Nicolás Maduro, he pushes those people up to this country. He pushes them up here. And that is, frankly, justification in and of itself to get rid of this guy. You can't let a guy terrorize the American populace this way with gangs, violence, drugs. You can't tolerate it. So Trump is saying we might send in the troops. It won't just be airstrikes. We might go in and hit them with force, hit them with boots on the ground.
Many of them, most of them, pretty soon, most of them are going to be out. But they sent them in like we're a dumping ground. So I'm not in love with the people running Venezuela. I love Venezuela. I love the people of Venezuela. But what they've done to this country, and I really say this, what Biden and the Democrats have done to this country can never, ever be forgotten.
You suggested Maduro wants to talk. Are you prepared to speak with him directly? Would you commit to doing that before you order strikes?
Yeah, I probably would talk to him. Yeah, I talk to everybody.
Mr. President,
Go ahead.
So right there, I'll pull this down briefly, get the next thing teed up for you. So right there, President Donald Trump, in no uncertain terms, making it clear we might bomb Mexico. We're going to target the cartels wherever they are. We're going to target the people who are threatening this country. And if that means we got to go into Venezuela, and Venezuela is much more than just about drugs. I want to talk about this. I've said it many times. I'll keep saying Venezuela is about much more than just drugs. Venezuela serves as a point of influence for the Russians and the Chinese inside our hemisphere. And that in and of itself is another reason Maduro's got to go. You can't cozy up to our enemies in our hemisphere and expect to get away with it. We're not going to tolerate it. We're not going to let it happen. Something must be done. So he's now saying, hey, I'm going to probably talk to him. Remember, on November 24th, Maduro officially becomes an FTO, foreign terrorist organization, the leader of the cartels of the Suns. November 24th is the day they officially become an FTO, which means the president of the United States has complete and total authority to strike him. We're in a 7-day countdown here, folks. A 7-day countdown. Now, I do want to show you this. Speaking of Venezuela, this comes from MT Anderson. It says the final piece, the U.S. San Antonio returns. Osdent confirms the USS San Antonio is back at its core operational area, spotted 40 kilometers off Guayama. After completing her humanitarian support mission in Jamaica, we've seen the Iwo Jima finish its port call in St. Croix a week or so ago, and the USS Fort Lauderdale returned to the NAFTA Mayport. The San Antonio's return means the entire 22nd MEU and Iwo Jima ARG is now fully reconstituted. And then right here, it says, share this with you. It says, arrival confirmed. USS Gerald R. Ford arrives in the Caribbean, begins immediate at-sea replenishment. The USS Gerald R. Ford and Carrier Strike Group 12 have officially arrived in the southern Caribbean, spotted south of Puerto Rico. The CSG is not heading to port. It is already conducting a full underway replenishment. The formation, we can see the Ford holding position west of the main group, which includes 2 Arleigh Burke guided missile destroyers, the USNS Kaiser-class oiler, and a 4th combatant, likely a 3rd DDG. This signals this immediate refuel at sea is clear sign of intent or signal of intent. CSG-12 is not stopping. It is filling up for a sustained high-tempo at-sea deployment in Southcom AOR. The full strike group is now on station. What does this massive immediate injection of carrier power mean for the operational picture of the region? So we right there have flooded in resources. The ships are on the move. Pull this down. We'll stop sharing. The ships are on the move, and now everything is in position to strike. And this literally comes right after he said we might put troops in Venezuela. And keep in mind that the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit has thousands of hardened Marines. What do Marines do? They go out and get the job done. No organization in the military prides itself more, I think, on just going out there and just doing whatever it takes. They don't have as many resources as some organizations. You know, they don't have the resources that you're going to get at a tier 1 or tier 2 element, unless you're Marine Special Operations, but they pride themselves on being able to just go out there and crush the enemy on behalf of America and get the job done. So we've got the warships, we've got ships movement, the whole carrier strike group is in position. We've got fighter jets, we've got bombers, everything is ready to roll. And this situation is absolutely going to cook off. And I can't wait to see how it unfolds. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Trump suggesting he might bomb the cartels in Mexico? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about troops going to Venezuela? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, cost you nothing. Hit that bell, all notifications turn on. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, and on X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Please reach out with any tips you have, any information you want to share. I love talking with you all. You guys are the best audience on YouTube. I'll see you all next.